blessed morning, dear viewers, and welcome to Lumen this day on Lumen TV channel 101. But you are also following us live on Facebook and also on YouTube. And please like those pages of ours, and then you will not miss anything beautiful that can help your life change in terms of course, we are a Christian channel, so we're talking in terms of changing, in terms of receiving blessings, knowing God, and just taking that beautiful turn of in your life. My name is Sydney Mwamainda, and today privileged indeed to be joined by one of the gentlemen that you just see on another program on Lumen TV Zambia. I don't want to mention that program because he is so much into it, and if I just mention it, he may think we are on that program. Let me first welcome Vincent, and then let me be loyal to Vincent. Vincent, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Sydney, and welcome viewers.
Mr. Tembo, very honored to have you, big man, on the program.
I feel small, though you refer to me as a big man.
Yeah, you are
our followers and listeners, we are with you. Welcome.
Great. So it's a beautiful morning. I'm sure, dear viewers. I was listening to First President Keith Mwemba, who said, "Guys, we have to pump ourselves and move on. We still have 2 games." I know there could be some of you soccer fans who are still having your spirits are still down, but a setback can only be a setback, but you can build on it. And so don't remain in that down mood. We know Zambia lost, but we can move forward. Life goes on. We can do better next time. So on this note, let's begin with a sad situation or incident that we saw on the Copper Belt, where the market was bent, and this has been more like a trend. I see that in 2017, 2022, the same market was bent, but again this time around.
Yeah, I think it is sad, Sydney. Like you said, this is not the first time that the same market is being bent. And I think almost all the incidents that happened in the past are linked to some dubious people that are coming to touch the market. So for me, I think these are situations where the police should really look at how they are guarding these markets. I've seen CCTV being installed in these places that like filling stations and so on. I think these are some of the things that they should look at, because these are people that are really depending on the little tomatoes, the groundnuts and so on for a living. They sell that, and that is giving them the much needed income for the families. So if they can have a situation like that where the market is bent and they lose out, and sadly also to say that life was also lost. So I think it's really a sad situation, because I think we know that there are people that are going there to touch the market.
The first thought that crosses my mind, Sydney, is there a benefit that accrues to the members, maybe of the cooperatives in the markets, whenever such an incident happens?
Yeah.
Because if there is, who knows, maybe these fires are deliberately done so as for people to get money. Yeah. That's the first thought that crosses my mind. I'm like, if a person knows that if I touch the market, then at the end of the day we're going to receive money maybe from CDF or from the MPs or from whoever. As compensation, yes. Then automatically there is that motivation. So in addition, I think to up the game in terms of security, I think we need to revisit the whole arrangement of what happens. Then the other aspect maybe we can also look into is what kind of materials on the construction now point.
Yeah.
What kind of materials are we using to build our markets? If we use materials that are such that they are not combustible, for instance, then even if there was any intention to burn, there's nothing to be burnt.
Yeah, like farms would have fire guards.
Fire guards,
so
yes.
What is it that this is? It's called what?
Kapalala
market. Yeah, and just for the sake of information to our viewer, those that may have not heard, I think the incident happened last Sunday, and as of today, as we read, I'm sure investigations are on, because Copper Belt Provincial Minister Elisha Matambo said investigations are underway to determine the cause of the fire at the old Kapalala market in Ndola, warning that those responsible will face severe consequences. So, Mr. Tembo, you are saying I think there is need to look into what type of construction materials are used, but also what type of maybe, is it fire guard that is there? Is it people, in markets sometimes you find their restaurants, how do they leave their braziers
there's a lot
as they knock off?
There's a whole lot of aspects, Sydney, that for me maybe are not being addressed. Let's start from when you want to put up a business setting of any kind. By law, you are required to visit the city council offices. Among the requirements that are supposed to be met is issues of fire, issues of health and safety. So at that moment, automatically, what comes to mind is that then these people that in the market must have small fire extinguishers or materials with which to put off the fire. So those are not taken care of. So that's another question that we're asking ourselves. Then where is the council? Where are the authorities, when it comes to issues of allocating stores or stands or shops in councils? I know for real that if you are going to start any business, the first thing the council wants is you to subscribe in terms of making sure that issues of safety and issues of health are attended to. So I think we need that also in the markets. So other than getting to worry about the construction materials that are used to put up this infrastructure so that we guard against the fire, I think we need to follow the laid down procedure.
Yeah, so Vincent was talking about the people that sell in these markets. They sell tomatoes, carpenter, and the like. But maybe, that could be one of the things that people sell. But there are others who have invested into these businesses because, after all, business is entrepreneurship, isn't it? So there are people who have invested a lot in this. And today, if you talk of 100,000 kwacha, it's a lot of money.
It is.
And if someone loses that, like we are seeing, Francis Kafula, a trader from Kasama district in Northern Province, reported losing goods worth 100,000 in that same fire. So it is a lot, and the numbers of marketeers who again lost property or merchandise in this inferno are estimated to be over 1,200 marketeers. So these are
it's a lot of money that has been
a lot
lost.
of money, but a lot of families, you see. So when you talk about 1,200 marketeers, you are talking about approximately the same number of families, and then how many members are in each of these families. And now think of the numbers of people who have lost their livelihood, so to say. So a lot of them, but again, the minister added on to say that the Office of the Vice President has been engaged through the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, to explore support options for the affected traders. I think, again, this is something we hinted at, that perhaps those who are touching this market, perhaps they know that they have a motive. So the more reason that the investigations need to be thorough and the perpetrators should be caught brought to book. Yeah, because if people lose money, also the DMMU money is our money, all of us. And if someone is doing it deliberately in order to get the money, it is putting some of us at an expense.
All of us, my brother, not some of us, but all of us. You can tell me any one day in your life, from the time that you remember, when your wife, when your sister, when your mother, your uncle, your grandfather never went to the market to buy something. There is always something that each one of us goes to the market to buy. And that's the reason why I'm saying the impact is great. Okay, the impact is great. Look at in terms of numbers. The public service, for instance, has a limited number of people that it can accommodate. Government has numbers of people that it will employ. So therefore, the only sector that is open insofar as economic activity and creation of wealth is concerned is the market. You don't need any qualification. You don't need any recommendations. You don't need anyone to tell you what to go and sell out there. So it just depends on what is available in terms of an opportunity. If you have noticed that, wait a minute, I can go to the market and sell tomatoes. Or wait a minute, I can go to the market and sell totungira sapato. Oh, wait a minute, I can go to the market and sell mutototo. I will see all those women and selling those things. All those get to be affected when infernos such as this, take place. So the impact is very much well felt. And when it comes to economic loss, all of us suffer. Right now, all those people that were buying from Kapalala market have nowhere to run to in terms of supplies. So it's not only the marketers, but it is the entire economy. In a very healthy economy, economic activity such as the operations of markets is very important. If markets are operating, then some of these people will go to buy things. You'll be surprised, those that are in the market that are popping popcorns, they buy from ShopRite. So the moment the market is gutted, then ShopRite is affected. So basically every one of us is affected. It's a solo side. It's a solo side.
But we are not encouraging people to be selling Toto open on the market.
But can you stop them? Right now, go to any market, you find them.
But there was a debate that remember the issues of child abuse and what people are getting a lot of free
access.
Mutoto is sold like sweets. So that is discouraged. Only adults should know where Mutoto is, and that's a story for another day. But let's get to another story. All the way from Chama, is it in Northern Province, where we are reading that a man, 88-year-old, suffered mob justice on witchcraft suspicion. An 88-year-old man of Chimwemwe village is fighting for his life at Chama District Hospital after a violent mob assaulted him on allegations of witchcraft. It is Eastern Province. So Eastern Province Police Commanding Officer Robertson Mwemba confirmed that the attack, a severe case of vigilant justice, occurred on Sunday, September 7, around 06 hours. Mr. Tembo and Vincent, a source of concern as we get older and older, people begin to think we are sorcerers.
It worries me sometimes. It does, yes, but no, I'm not worried. Me, I've chosen to remain young. Yes, I've chosen to remain young.
So are you saying that this man was attacked because he hasn't chosen to be young?
Maybe. What I'm trying to suggest here is this, that sometimes it's also a matter of lifestyles. We can choose to have a life, even in old age. We can choose to have a life. I'm not in any way qualifying and justifying mobology. No. Mobology in every sense is not right. I think justice must be such that it provides me in Sydney an opportunity to defend myself. If there's anything that I have done, I must be accorded an opportunity to say, I have done it, I have not done it. That is a simple law of nature. If I have done something, I must be held accountable for what I have done. That is in Nachite, I must also be able to say, no, wait a minute, I didn't do it. But the moment people decide to pick stones and stone me on suspicion that I've been involved in witchcraft, the first question that I ask myself is, where were they? What were they doing? Timemvera kuti ufiti wamachita usiku. So nanga eve ananiona branch. So most of the times we just disadvantage, especially elderly people. We need in our society to respect elderly people. Where I come from, they say, makolo ndi mdambo mozimira moto. You can imagine a society where there are no elders, and then there is a problem. Who is going to help us to sort out that problem? We must appreciate, we must value, we must take care and look after these elders. And also elders namwe mwafanako katontho kochita, so that you have value to society. Sometimes that is what causes these things, Sydney. You have this elderly person who's just seated and doing nothing, and the people thinking in fit, kind.
Not just seated.
People thinking in fit.
No, not just seated, but pakapita koche mwana mngono kakalipiridwe.
Kakambida kayanganidwe. So when the people begin to think, no, kapenedwe. Tungangoni tumpasa, there are things that you can. Tungangoni tumpasa ngati ni kumunzi uko kwa chama, tuma basket. You can do all kinds of things with your hands, even in old age. That way, you remain relevant, valuable, and appreciated by society. The moment you have nothing to do, and the society begins then automatically to think that you are the source of shame, the source of ridicule, and you are a source of bad luck to the whole society. Do something in your life.
But sometimes maganizo yasiyabwera chechibwere like we are saying, eh? There could be some things that people see. Something like that. So anyway, we are on a Christian TV and we are Christians, and there is this debate of is witchcraft there or not there?
Magic has always been there, Sydney. Magic. Even in the Bible, there is a mention of magic. Remember the story of the salvation of the Israelites. There is a mention of magic.
Yeah.
Wizards are there. They are mentioned in the Bible. So the concept of witchcraft is a topic for another day, yes, but it exists. It is there in the Bible. The Bible has said, and it uses the word witch and wizard. The magicians. So magic is there. It can be performed. But what we are saying is that, one, it is not right to take life of somebody else on an argument that
it's not proved.
That in infiti, we find means of bringing them to account for their action. It is not right. And then two, we are also calling for those of us that are beginning to advance in age to find something to do. Even kukamba chabe apili.
Yeah.
Just talking, you can make money out of talk. You are just talking, and all you can do is talk. But talk. The moment you begin to talk, people see value in you. Exactly. Then you are value to society.
Yeah.
But mulinkezi chabe awe shwa pakapita mwana omwine mwamene mumu yanganira kuchokera kumendo paka kumutu kubweza futi kume
But I think this should be something that I think we are not getting right as Zambian, maybe African in general, because I don't think this is happening with our friends in Europe. Elderlies are respected, and there are a lot of them. In fact, in some countries in Europe, the elderlies are even in majority, and they are respected. And that an old man is, they are going about their businesses free without any problem. But here in Africa, once you grow up, then they start thinking like you are a wizard or a witch, which for me I think it's something that we need to relook as Africans, because we are ending up killing people that are innocent. For instance, there's a certain man that was almost killed, mentally challenged. He went naked at night, grabbed and almost killed. And until some people that knows him said, no, this man is mentally challenged. Yes, he's mentally challenged, and so he was rescued like that. But now you look at what is happening in Africa. We are tolerating this, and it's because of the the beliefs that we have in witchcraft and so on. And I think these are some of the things that we should do, try to rethink and try to look at human beings as different, because everyone should grow up. People are afraid to grow up. We're afraid to
no,
age because people.
I'm not afraid. I'm refused to grow up.
Because people end up killing you. So I think we need to rethink and relook at how we are.
Yes, we said. I think for me, yes, much as you are saying those valuable points and whatever, the illustration you are making of our friends, the Europeans, and us, the Africans, we need to understand that these are two worlds. And like Mr. Tembo has said, as an elderly person, I think we should encourage each other that we need to remain relevant to our communities and to our societies. But for me, again, one of the things that I see, I lived in a village, and you could see at that house, yes, there's an elderly person. Even there is an elderly person. Even at my own place, there are my grandmothers and my what. You will see that among these, you will see that sometimes young people will flock to that other old woman or old man than to that other old man. Even their characters, you see, this one is friendly, this one is always annoyed. When he speaks to you, he's always shouting at you. No advice, no whatever, you see, and they fear you. So I think it is also that we need to look at as human beings. We need to always to balance. You cannot be serious all the time. You see, as an elderly person, you need to be embracing more of Christ's values. Let the children come to me. You are a grown-up person, and the young people need to come to you so that you give them the wisdom that you've amassed all these years. But if you're always a serious person, you're always sad. When you see young people, it's always shouting at them, it's always punishing them, it's always whipping them. What would the conclusion be? It's a witch, because no human being who feels for others will act the way this person is acting. And again, the other thing for me is that, yes, there is this belief in witchcraft, whether it is true or not, but there is this belief. And it will not go away just in a single minute or in a blink of an eye. People always believe there's this witchcraft. And of those that we've seen that, okay, there was witchcraft here, you find that in their house, they know. You see? So it is also the issue of reaching to our own household. You see? Because the mob, just we are saying, they were not living in the same house with this person who was attacked. So obviously, if it is true or not, the people in their home, they know. But we like it, everything under the carpet, everything. We need to be preaching. You'll find situations where people are suspecting, no, that man, there's something wrong. The sons, the daughters, they know. But they don't talk to their father. They don't talk to their mother. They sweep it under the carpet. And then when it goes out, not everyone will tolerate like it's a son and a daughter. Others will say, no, this is too much. And they'll come up, they'll do this, which is not good, yes. Elders should be respected. I believe in that and strongly believe in that. People should be respected. People should be given the respect they deserve. People should not take the law in their hand. But justice should be applied equally.
Justice must always be justice.
Yes. So if Mr. Tembo hears what, I should take him umlao. This man, there is this thing that is happening.
Yes.
But again, to prove witchcraft is something else.
That is true. But just bring you back to what Mr. Apiri was speaking about a few minutes ago. So issues of strong family bonding with the elderly are gone. Those days when we were growing up, I remember very well, there were times that people from the village would come visiting us. This time round, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen anymore. those of us that are in the city, we live our lives like we have just been born in the city.
Yeah.
We are destined to be in the city. We continue to live in the city, die and be buried in the city. No connection, no contact at all with the people in the village. For me, this is where the whole lot of this problem is starting from. So if we want to continue to embrace, to accommodate, to appreciate, to love and to care for the elderly, knowing that we too one day are going to become elderly, I think it's now. We need to go back to the values of our societies where we cared for each other, where we loved each other, where we were there for each other. If that happens,
together.
Yes, we ate together. But this time around, if the Mbuyas came in some of those homes, I can assure you, the children may not even be allowed to eat together with them. Why? Because they are dirty in so far as well. They are from the village and stuff like that. So it is not right, I think, in all fairness. Let's appreciate the elderly. For simple reason that one day, we too are going to become elderly. And it is only when we begin to feel how they are feeling that we are going to realize. The English will say that who the cap fits, let them wear it. So now we know how it feels. I think the best we can do now is try to involve ourselves in, inculcating a good culture amongst ourselves. Simple things. For instance, I'll mention on this program, imagine you are traveling from Lusaka, maybe you are going to Kabwe. We have seen all this, all of us on public transport, that maybe all of you are seated and the bus stops and an elderly person comes onto the bus. Rare are the times where someone will offer to stand or sit on the bondix and offer that seat to the elderly person. We all want to sit where we are seated in the name that each one of us must sit where, after all, we have all paid. Yes. But we forget that these are elderly people. We forget that maybe they have taken this choice of coming to sit on the bondix because they're in a hurry. Maybe there was no any other form of transportation. That is what is available. I think we need to relook at all these issues. Issues of the value system, I think, are gone, insofar as me I'm concerned. And that's why at the end of the day, we see innocent lives being lost, people being killed for unfounded reasons. It is not right.
Yeah, so at least for Zambia in the years to come, I think we'll go back to that generation which had those values, because in the new education curriculum for Zambia, the one which has gone back to forms like in the past, the subject called civics is compulsory, and some of these values that always the president goes to parliament to talk about and the like, they've been now put in the curriculum, and the Form 1s and even those in pre-grades are learning about these values. So we hope that we can talk of how many years?
No, for me, Sydney, the issue must be
that generation that is coming, as long as we don't dilute it.
For me, the issue is being able to practice those things. Yes. Are we willing as a people to put those values into practice?
It is one now. That's why it is in the curriculum now. So they'll be learning. This other generation in between is already a West generation.
No. It is one thing to talk about values.
This other aspect of values.
It's one thing to talk about values. It's another thing to practice them. When the dead die, let's bury. In the name of love, for instance. All those are values. When the dead die, let us bury. It starts there. So when we're in parliament, we make all these declarations. But when we come down the ground, things are not happening. And for me, that's where the challenge is. I always talk about the Chinese, Sydney. I always talk about the Chinese. I had the privilege 2010 to visit China like 3 times. A Chinese child at the age of 3 years is able to untie his own shoe. Our own children, 11 years, the poor fellow doesn't even know how to wash his own stocking.
And now they will start with the new curriculum. They will start.
So let's practice this.
You have confidence.
I have confidence. Yes, I have confidence. I believe so much in education. It shapes human beings.
Yes.
In a great way. So if you, like the Bible says, teach the child the way you want the child to go. So that when he grows up, it doesn't depart. So I think those who are coming up with those who are coming up with a new curriculum, I'm well informed that aspect of the values is in there, because there was a debate the president, for example, was asked when you go to parliament to propagate those values and principles that you spend maybe 1 hour, 2 hours reading about them and the like, afterwards, who practices? So it was a waste of time, and then they thought, let us get part of this and put it in
the
civics
curriculum.
and let it be compulsory. So civics is compulsory. Yeah, and an advantage for those that go to mission schools like Catholic schools, they also have on top of civics, they have RE, which is compulsory, even for them. So from those ends, we hope that, I have hope. It's a year of hope. We should have hope. Vincent should have hope.
Yes. Yeah, so we can hope. We can hope so.
Unless you don't believe in that education is it's a game changer. It's a game changer.
That is
I was
true.
Avoiding to use that terminology because it is attached with something
I know, right?
that I'm not saying yet that is a game
No, it is a game changer. Yes, it is. I mean, it's a transformer.
Yeah.
Okay. Education is supposed to transform us. Education is supposed to help us become better citizens.
Yeah.
But many other times when it has not done that,
I
and that's why
I wanted the term. It's an equalizer.
Oh yes, it's supposed to be. No, it's supposed to be. It's supposedly assumed to be an equalizer.
An equalizer, yes.
It doesn't happen, unfortunately.
Okay, so in the interest of time, I'm being signaled that we have 5 minutes. There is a story of road shedding. We know what it has done, and we cannot be rambling on it more. I don't know what should be done, but maybe hot in everyone's mind and home, the lovers of this beautiful sport of soccer. Zambia yesterday was bashed at home. The children were watching. It was 15 hours. No one was yet sleeping, and everyone had Zambia beaten by Morocco 2-0 at home. Vincent, you are a guru.
Well, it's a sad result. But I think looking at the way the Zambian played, I think there is an improvement, yes. But I think, of course, people will not talk about what...
There's an improvement of not scoring, Vincent?
That's exactly where I'm going, yeah. Right. An improvement in terms of the way they played, because I'm trying to compare with the other qualifiers in the World Cup qualifiers that they played.
One would argue that they played better against a team that has already qualified and it had nothing to lose and yet won again.
Yeah.
So if it was that a much competitive game, were they going to play the same way? Because someone will say Morocco already qualified and they were relaxed. And some people were even joking that they used the under-17, which is not true, I know.
Yeah, the players that Morocco used are not really the regulars. Yeah, they were very right when they said they were using... the players were not regulars. These are players that were... they rested 80% of the players that played the other qualifiers.
So Zambia played better against the reserve team.
Yeah, but for own information, if you look at the Moroccan players compared to the Zambian players, really the Moroccans are very good players.
I saw Bono there.
Yeah, they have players that are playing for Lille, playing for big teams. But if you look at Zambia, our best striker is Patson Daka, and Patson Daka is a Fashion Soccer is playing in Saudi Arabia. You can't compare Saudi Arabia with France and so on.
Copper belt.
Yes, the new copper belt, but you can't compare the new copper belt to Colombia, maybe. So yeah, that's the situation that we were in. The players that Morocco had, they are very good players, and if you look at the way they were playing, I think they were very good in terms of discipline and so on, which the Zambia couldn't match with. So I think it's good that Zambia is improving for me, because if I look at the way they played the other games and this game, I think there's a big improvement. What is more important is if they're able to coordinate, and eventually they'll find the back of the net. But again, if you look at the way they conceded those goals, there were defensive mistakes, and
the Onana mistakes.
Our defense, I think, wasn't at its best, because we are missing quite a number of good players that regularly features in that defense, like Stofira Nsunzu and Frankie Musonda. They were missing, and those are
okay. Now,
defenders.
Just in the interest of time, Zambia going forward, I hear we have Tanzania and the like, and just tell us and the viewers, how many teams are qualifying from the group, and the remaining games, what is Zambia playing for? The remaining 2 games.
Okay, let me just answer the first one.
Like
only one team.
Fixture? Is that what you're saying?
No. Only one team will qualify to the World Cup. So in this case, Morocco has already qualified. Yeah. And the second team in the group stand a chance to qualify as a second best, and they will play
not to the World Cup. Will play against the losers, the best losers.
Yes, will play against the second in Africa. So there are teams like Angola, Congo, Brazzaville, and so on. These are some of the teams that are on second at the moment. So if Zambia,
and those are teams that have beat us nicely, including Congo.
Yes, yeah. So if Zambia is
so if Zambia comes second, yes,
so that they have a chance to play against another team in Africa,
and if from they win, then they can still go to the World Cup.
If they win, they will play another one against another continent, and then
that's when they will go to the World Cup.
That's when they will go to the World Cup. So it's the process becomes longer if you want to go as a second. It is.
So we've already.
For me, Sydney is a case of water under the bridge. I think we need to begin to think of what our friends in the West did at one moment when their countries' teams were not performing well. Ban them, keep them home, let them do so many friendlies, and then at the end of the day, concentrate on other sporting activities. This is public money.
Yes, public money. Yes.
We have so many sporting activities that we can also support and sponsor. Soccer is not productive, unfortunately, until now. It is not helping us. We want results. Must we wait for another 1988 in the 2000s? No, I think we need results.
With the good playing that we saw yesterday, are you in a way saying that the coach should stay? Because I'm hearing some people are saying, the coach should go.
He has already practiced.
No, I mean he still has a contract, and the contract is up to next year.
Coaches are chased even with a contract.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think it's up to now the Football Association of Zambia. Are they going to go that route of firing the coach?
It should be us. What are we comfortable with?
We just have
Those
to do
are
this.
Just our leaders.
We just have to
we
do
can
this.
Tell them what we want. If we say as Zambia, we say it's like when we go to elections. We can't say no. The party that was in power will tell us what to do. No, we say we decide. We elect others. So these people we hire, we can always fire.
Yeah, I think it's quite broad, Sydney. It's quite broad.
Anyway, I know the issue is always that no, we cannot afford to give him money. So okay, we let him continue consuming our money, eating our money, and then we are losing, and then we are mourning every day. Nothing like that. But for me, if he's not performing, let us show him the door. He goes, we give him what we can give him, bring in another person, and then if we get the results, well and good. That's what they do elsewhere where football is practiced. I think on this note, dear viewers, this is where we come to the end of the program. I know with issues of loyalty to some people, the coaches that we have and the leaders that we have, we may not come to a conclusion, but at the end of the day, decisions have to be made. Mr. Tembo, thank you very much for joining us. Vincent, thank you very much. Entire Lumen TV crew, thanks, and until Thursday, bye for today.